When 3,000 volunteers and over 3 million lights come together, it's a magical thing.
Today on Discover Wisconsin, we're taking in over 20 years of holiday light show bliss. It's the Rotary Lights in La Crosse.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
This is an anthem for those who look for more and never say they've seen it all. Windows and blacks take a ride. The great land's great tonight.
I think, Mariah, since we have you as a special guest tonight, I think we should let you try to fire up Rotary Lights. Let's give Mariah a nice round of applause.
I may need a dramatic countdown.
You want a three, five, we'll do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you ready to go? All right, let's give it a try. Everybody help Mariah out. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa, wait. You didn't think we were gonna show you all of the glorious lights right off the bat, did ya? First, we're gonna kick it over to Jake to learn about the setup process and all of the volunteer hours that make the Rotary Lights possible.
Well, Mariah, you're right. There is so much that goes into this, and this is really where it all begins, at the Rotary Lights Lighthouse. Let's check it out.
The Rotary Lights takes place at Riverside Park in La Crosse. Months before the show begins, the hard work starts off in the storage area here at the lighthouse.
Hey, Pat, nice to see you.
Hey, welcome.
Thank
Glad
you.
to have you.
Well, so this is where it all begins, huh?
This is our home away from home for about 5 months out of the year, so.
Very, very cool. Well, I'd love to know more about it, and I see you got a lot of people busy behind you as well.
We do. We are one of the few displays, I think, that we build all our own animated displays.
Besides building their own animated displays, there's a lot going on at the lighthouse. Time to get a quick tour from Pat.
So it's pretty high tech, I mean, overall.
Pretty high tech. We've got, I think, 41 different animated displays, and Leo Chapeau, I think, has made 95% of those. So.
Okay.
Well, let me point out this neon here, Jake. These are PVC pipe.
Okay. This is Christmas to me, obviously.
This is Christmas. Yeah. We designed them as candy canes. So one of our nonprofit group comes in again and glues these together, and then we paint them.
Okay.
Some need a little bit more paint than others each and every year on here. But when you have a park the size that we do, and you have extension cords and wires all over the place, that you have to fence certain sections off on the park. And so we have over 1,200 of these candy canes to give us our fence, if you would, to control the traffic flow in the park.
Well, Pat, this is a big room.
Well, you need a big room for our purposes here and so on. A lot of people wonder what 4 million lights all wrapped up look like.
There's more lights in here than Clark Griswold would know what to do with it.
A good analogy. Good analogy. But we have purchased over the years an inventory now of about 4 million lights, and we will get in the next few weeks about 3.5 to 3.6 of them up in the park, which is plenty to illuminate. So we keep a number in reserve as well. But all of these have been purchased and spooled and fixed. They're all LED lights now as well, which helps with electricity and durability as well.
So one goes out, it's not like they're all going to go out type thing?
No, in fact, you can smash 3 or 4 on a string here, and the rest of them keep going.
Well, now I look up above. You've got things all the way up above, too, that are stored, and you've got, reindeer up there and all sorts of other things, too.
Yeah, we have giant reindeer that are up here. We have to remove their heads for storage purposes. But
we'll get those back on.
Yeah, we make sure the heads are back on before the kids see them in the park.
When I look around, I mean, I see how much work must really go into this. Touch again on how many volunteers are really involved in this and the good work that they do.
Well, it would be lost without, we couldn't do it without the volunteers. I never can say enough about them. We have, each year there's an application process for local nonprofits to sign up, make application for Rotary Lights, and we take a look at their application. It's kind of the demographics of the group. How old are they? Will they work indoors and outdoors? Will they work weekdays, weeknights, weekends? Will they work in September, October, November, December, January? And so we sit down then and compile that data and try to find a job that we know needs to be done with that group's capability of finishing it. So So this year we have 110 organizations. It represents over 3,000 volunteers, and for a community of our size, that's large. So there's a great, they're all stakeholders in this, and I think that's one reason why Rotary Lights is so popular in our area, because everybody's got a piece of it.
So if anybody wants to volunteer, give you a call.
Well, we never turn down volunteers. Did I say especially January 1, 2, 3, 4?
You know? Yeah,
very much so.
You know, one thing I want to ask you about, I mean, this is all beautiful display this becomes, but really what's the centerpiece behind it?
The whole purpose behind the Rotary Lights is it's a great holiday tradition, but its true mission statement is to feed the hungry. And when we got this going, we decided that we were going to be free and open to the public, and invited people to come through the park as many times as they wanted to. If they enjoyed the display, we asked them to make a voluntary contribution of cash or non-perishable food items. And in the year number 1, going back 19 years now, we were elated that we collected about 13,000 food items that year, and were able to put it to work with 2 of our food pantries. Now we take care of 12 food pantries, and we collect just under 250,000 food items per year. So our pantries are very grateful for it, and it comes at the right time of the year where the demand is quite high in area food pantries as well.
For a great cause. Outstanding.
Help Rotary Lights make a difference. Learn more at discoverwisconsin.com. Hey, we're just scratching the light display surface. Coming up next, we'll meet a few more volunteers, and then we take the displays outdoors. And later, Mariah gets in the spirit for an ugly sweater 5K run. Stay with us.
275.
We're prepping for the Rotary Light Show on Discover Wisconsin. Now, according to Pat, one guy has literally been involved in making 95% of the animated displays for Rotary Lights.
Why do you continue to do it? And you've got so many different volunteers, you're one of them. It's got to just bring a great peace of mind and really wonder to what you get out of it too, I would imagine.
See, what I get out of it is very easy. Our purpose here at Rotary Lights is to feed the hungry. So all these animations, like the dragon, if we'd had to buy this, it would have cost us about $35,000. I was able to build it, and they paid for all the material and the computer thing that goes with it, you know. And we got by with maybe $1,700.
Oh, wow. There's that old saying, if you build it, they will come. You build it, and then people show up and give food. That's a wonderful thing.
Right.
I was so impressed by not only the number of people who volunteer, but also the wide range of ages that get involved.
I grew up on a farm watching my dad weld. And growing up, I grew up 45 minutes away in Sparta. And we would come every year to the Rotary Lights. And it was always just like this magical time. We would make a whole evening of it with my brother, sister, my mom, and dad. And we'd go out to eat, and then we'd drive through the park. We'd walk through depending on how cold it was. And it was just a magical time. And I think it's awesome now that I can contribute and be part of it instead of just walking through. My winter just doesn't really seem complete without it.
Wherever I'm needed, I work.
It sounds like there's a lot that goes into that, though, that you've done throughout the years.
Definitely. Leo, with his animated and so on and so forth, they're the artists. Yeah. I'm just a working man.
Why do you find it so enjoyable being a part of this?
Well, it gives me something to do. And I've been retired for over 20 years. And this is a couple of months a year that I've got something to do.
Well, enough of being in here. Let's take this show on the road. I am all ready. Pat, how about you? Let's get to Riverside Park. We gotta go. Come on, mush, mush. That's right, mush, mush.
Okay, so that's not exactly how they get all of the decorations over to the park. There are many volunteer crews that help get the decorations out of the warehouse and to the park, like Mark and his family.
Empty the warehouse day. Everything that we can gets into the park, because over the next few weeks we've got different nonprofit groups that are scheduled to work in the park and put up the particular displays and set the lights up in the trees. We enjoy the lights, enjoy the project. It does a lot for the community. You might have heard that it supplies, I think, about 4 months of the area food pantry's food supplies, something like that. Anyways, it's a tremendous amount, and we just enjoy being involved in it.
Years ago, we used to hand wire everything, and it literally took us 2 to 3 weeks to set up the park. We gave it down to probably about 2 days or less now. We got miles and miles of extension cords. We don't know how many we have. We use about $6,000 worth of electricity a year. Everybody that's involved in Rotary Lights, especially the main core 50 or 60 of us, everybody's here on opening night because that's the big ooh-ah. That's we're 2,000 to 3,000 people here watching it come on, and it's a very neat event.
There's just so much effort put into this right up to the magical first night of the show. Learn more by visiting discoverwisconsin.com and clicking on the Rotary Lights destination page. Coming up, the moment we've all been waiting for. Who's ready to see an awesome light display? Mariah, I think they're ready. Opening night, here we come. You won't want to miss this.
We're ready to light up the Rotary Lights on Discover Wisconsin. All right, so where were we?
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Apparently, I don't have the magic touch.
What happened? We're missing something. The spirit of Christmas. Please welcome to the stage, Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for rescuing
You just
here.
don't have the touch.
I don't have the magic touch.
You don't have the touch, which means you probably haven't been a good girl this year.
Probably not. All right, let's see you work your magic.
Is everybody else doing good? And I still got about a month here, and I'm checking my list to make sure who's naughty and who's nice, so you all better be nice.
What do you think? Do we need Christmas magic to start this up? I think so.
Show me how it's done.
We're going to do this right. I just have to hold your hand.
Okay.
And it will work.
Okay.
All
With
right.
a little help from our friends. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, light 'em up, everybody. That's what it takes to do. That's what it takes.
You got it. All right.
Opening night of Rotary Lights is the first night the lights come on, complete with a stunning firework display. Now it's time to go see all of the hard work paying off. During opening night, the parade of lights circles the park where dozens of vehicles are decked out in lights galore. It's certainly hard to pick a winner. Such dedication. If you're thinking that this place is all about the lights, well, it is, but there's also a wide variety of other activities for you to do as well. There's horse-drawn sleigh rides, a live nativity scene, real live reindeer, and who can pass up a visit with old St. Nick? A more common tradition that the Rotary Lights have been used for is wedding proposals. There's actually an event that brings together all the couples who proposed or got married at the Rotary Lights, like Brooke and Aaron.
You got engaged at the Rotary Lights.
It was pretty nerve-wracking. We went and got the horse and carriage ride and went through. It was like 10 degrees, so I think she knew what was going on.
I was very pleased because I knew he was very nervous. He's not good with secrets, but he did a really good job. He was very, very sweet.
When we got engaged, I said I always wanted a winter wedding, and living in La Crosse, I figured that Rotary Lights was the best place to get a winter wedding. Paul was actually a member of Rotary, so he would come down and help out at Rotary every year, and we would always bring Molly, his daughter, down to Rotary Lights and enjoy it, and I just love the holiday season, so it just seemed fitting with the heated tent to allow us to have a wedding here.
Kaylee ended up coming through the lights in a horse-drawn carriage through the park. Tuesday will be our 3rd year anniversary, and the last 2, each one of those nights, we have done sparklers, and we also have some champagne left over from the wedding, so we end up having that and coming and walking through the lights as well.
Now that's a wedding I would have loved to have crashed. If you're thinking about getting down on one knee, you should consider Rotary Lights. Head to discoverwisconsin.com for more info. Coming up next, we have breakfast with Santa, and I head out for a jog donning the ugliest sweater in my wardrobe.
It's not chocolate now.
We're wrapping up our visit to the Rotary Lights on Discover Wisconsin. Now, not all of the fun and excitement happens when the lights are on. A special event that takes place at the Rotary Lights is a breakfast with Santa. Here, you get to enjoy nice homemade breakfast prepared by volunteers, and if you're lucky, and I've been really good this year, Santa may even have a special present just for you. If you're feeling a little competitive and you want to experience the Rotary Lights in a fun yet challenging way, you can take part in the Rotary Lights Ugly Sweater 5K. I had the opportunity to show off the ugliest sweater I could find. I certainly wasn't going to win the ugly sweater contest. There are some dedicated people out there. Oops. And we're off. Woo! What a race! I'm gonna go wait over here and catch my breath. After catching my breath and hydrating with hot cocoa, I caught up with a few more volunteers. I first met Brad, who was taking food donations at the park exit.
Now, this to me is what Christmas is all about, what's happening right behind us. And I know Rotary Lights serves a much greater purpose. Can you talk about what it is you guys do here?
Rotary Lights, in my mind, is an excuse for the community to come together for a couple of different things. One is to enjoy the season, enjoy the beauty that's being created here at Riverside Park, but at the same time to give back. And in this case, it's giving back in the form of food for the hungry.
What would you say to someone who's never been here before?
Well, if you haven't been to Rotary Lights, it's beautiful. If for no other reason, if you just came to drive or walk through Riverside Park, I can't think of a more spectacular way to find the Christmas spirit if you haven't found it, and if you have found it, make it grow even more.
People that come and enjoy, you can just walk up and down the park, and there are young kids, the whole community comes together. Of course, our main goal is feeding the hungry, and also giving an opportunity for people to do something for others to benefit the greater La Crosse area. And it's not only La Crosse, it's a huge area that works on this display. Rotary Lights has fostered several other similar displays around the state now. And that's the amazing part about this whole display. It's all volunteer, there's nobody paid, and it's involving the whole city and lots of nonprofit organizations. The volunteers have the opportunity to go in a heated trailer, a semi-trailer that we've decorated, and we have fresh cookies that Amy Wetstein and her crew cook them up fresh every night.
I recommend that you take your time and walk around the park to truly appreciate all of the hard work that went into this.
All right, guys, it's official. You have to add Rotary Lights in La Crosse to your bucket list. I'm amazed by all the lights, but I think I'm even more impressed by the number of volunteers that get together to make this show happen. Learn more at discoverwisconsin.com. I'm Mariah Haberman. We'll see you next week.